you have somebody in your life that's not letting you move on. They're still like stuck on you. So, and I feel like, the person that I mentioned earlier, that water sign, I feel that they're still very much stuck on you and they're not letting you move on. I feel that many of you have moved on. And so you're not letting that person back in, but I feel there might have been some, pestering from their end, unable to let go of you from their end. So they're going to come in using, all kinds of tactics to get you to come back. But it's pretty much telling you that the past is what it is. You're looking at it with, they're saying you're looking at it with like a sense of wisdom, and you're seeing it for what it is. Okay, so we have the high priestess, which is interesting. You're looking at it with wisdom and you're seeing it for what it is, which is great. And I feel that, fire signs in general, you guys have really, really good heart. And a lot of the times when you're upset, you blow up and then you get over it. And because you blow up and then you get over it very, very quickly, I feel that it's really easy for you to forgive people, which is not always, to your benefit. Like, it's always nice to just forgive people and let them go. But I feel that if you're so ready to forgive people and take them back, it's not a good thing. Okay. So just try to keep in mind that the past is what it is, and you have to look at situations in hindsight. And once you're away from it, you have more of an objective view, so that you can look at it for what it is and to, accept it and move on. All right. Don't dwell on it. Yeah. So lots of new things coming into the picture, which is great. I'm really happy to see this for you, Sagittarius. Okay. So I feel like some of you are still like dealing with a past partner who won't leave you alone. All right. So let me talk about this card, okay? And I believe I mentioned this. So I think Capricorn or Aquarius got the same card, and I gave them the same message, which is, if you watch tarot videos, those oracle cards, I believe they're angel oracle cards, and they tell you about love. I don't use oracle cards, but I do watch them. And this is the card, it's like, it's safe for you to love. It's safe for you to make a gesture, or at least, put in the effort in order to attract new people, because the new people are not going to be like the old people that you were dealing with, where the relationship was very, very problematic. There might have been manipulation, lies, deception, and things like that. And a lot of it has to be with, doing a lot more planning when it comes to the overall scheme of things in your life, as well as, seeing people in a more realistic lens rather than projecting the good qualities that you want to see on them, rather than, seeing them in a realistic lens. So just be careful. And, everyone has their good and their bad traits, every sign, everybody. And I feel that it's really important for you to somehow, do the math about, writing down that list of pros and cons. And then if someone has like too many cons that you have identified or noticed, it might not be a good idea to be in relationships with them. So really think about your relationships in a way where, is it realistic for me? Do I see myself with this person like 3-5 years down the line, or 3 or 5 months down the line? And so this is a card here about, new energies, flirtatiousness, keeping yourself like emotionally open. But it's not a page, it's a knight. It's somebody who is a little bit more mature. So they're not going to be so naive to get swept off their feet and fall in love with somebody who's not appropriate for them. So keep that in mind, okay? It's a very optimistic, abundant energy, which is really good for you guys. But it's also like urging you to soften yourself up a little bit as well as you approach love and relationship. Don't just charge right in. Don't just charge right in. Wait for the other person to come to you. Wait for them to meet you halfway before you give them all of your heart. So don't jump in too quickly. Make sure that they can reciprocate to the manner that you give them. Okay, don't give too much of yourself so early on, and then end up, feeling a little bit resentful, feeling a little bit cheated. Just wait for them to meet you halfway. Okay, so it is safe for you to be able to express yourself. All right. So let me talk about the foundation. And the foundation deals with a situation that some of you are coming into January with the knowledge of. Okay. So this is something you know to be true. You're bringing this energy with you into January. We do have the Hermit in the reverse position as well as the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is a situation where there is conflict with another person over values, conflict with another person over things that you cannot resolve. So these are like irreconcilable differences. And, you know, many people cite this as a grounds for divorce. And I feel that if you're involved in a situation with somebody and you're constantly bickering, it just basically means, you know, you might love each other, but there is just lack of compatibility overall. What it's also saying as well is some of you might have a relationship that you have let go of, you have moved on from, but this person keeps coming in, keeps pestering you, keep instigating or keeps wanting a fight. And I feel that this might be a person that, you know, might have walked away. And then as soon as you try to move on with your life, you start dating somebody else, they decide that they want to come back in and they want you back. So just as soon as you've walked away and you are giving your love to somebody else, they come in and then they decide, hey, I want you. So they're telling you this situation is what it is. There isn't enough compatibility. And I feel that in the past, you might have made a lot of allowances for them. You may have seen them at their best and you were always willing to forgive them. But the lesson has never been learned. So it's really important for you to look at this situation realistically and just tell yourself, you know, what is their reason for wanting me back? And I feel for many of you, it's because you've moved on and they haven't. And it's done out of a sense of possessiveness rather than love. Okay. So they want to keep you hostage. They might not love you the way that you want, but they're afraid that you're going to find somebody else. They're afraid that they're going to lose you. They're afraid you're going to move on. So it's done out of a sense of, possession. So just keep that in mind as you deal with the person from your past. Look at it for what it is. Don't idealize the situation, okay? And let it go. In the past position, we have here the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is in the reverse position. The Two of Swords is basically a person who is blindfolded, right? And their third eye is activated. They have a lot of questions and they don't have, proof in the physical world to like either confirm or I guess deny whatever their intuition is telling them. So I feel on the one hand, you've had a lot of suspicions about a person from your past, but on the other hand, you don't have physical evidence. You don't have physical proof. It's just your intuition was nagging at you because that third eye right there is highly activated. And so you kept waiting. You waited and waited and waited for them to slip up, or you waited for the situation to get better. When it's in the reverse position, it basically means you have all the information you need now. All the clarity is coming through. Whatever you were thinking about, I feel that, your intuition was trying to steer you in the right direction so that you don't end up getting hurt. It's linked up here with the High Priestess, which once again is revelation. This is, that veiled wisdom that I mentioned earlier. They're saying that you have basically opened up your eyes. You have seen the situation for what it is. And you had to, just for your protection, just for your emotional well-being, you moved away from it. And if you haven't, it's going to happen in January where you will come into the knowledge that you need to move away. We have as well, coming into the present situation, the Four of Pentacles. This is a big, big, big release card. It's linked up with the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is pretty much feeling, betrayed, feeling almost as if it's the end of the line. We can't go back to it for whatever reason. So I feel like some knowledge has recently come into the picture and you have decided, you have made a decision to move on for good, to leave it behind and to not dwell on it. But I feel the person is coming back. They're trying to, coax you back, They're trying to reel you back in with some type of a sob story. And I feel that a lot of you are just you are upset at first, but like I said, you're upset, you blow over. And then, they try to act nice. and then it calms you down. And I feel that you are also very, very forgiving of other people. You're accepting of other people's faults. You're very forgiving. And so they're telling you to be careful here. Okay. They're going to come back in and feed you some type of a sob story. Be careful. So I feel like some of you might be dealing with this energy where you break up, something bad has happened, you've broken up, and they're going to coax you back in, they're going to reel you in. And then others of you, you left this person behind. You are thinking about new beginnings when it comes to love. You are kind of like, I think I should try, internet dating. I think I should try speed dating. And I think I should, put myself out there so that I can be seen, so that I can attract new love to me. You're thinking about new love relationship. You're thinking about that ideal love partner that you want, that can really, change your world, like that can really make you feel good. It's also linked up here with the Two of Coins, and the Two of Coins in the reverse position. It's basically juggling your practical responsibilities. A lot of you might be very, very busy. You might be single for a while. You're very, very busy, and you're thinking about love. And so you're just like, okay, I'm going to have to prioritize it so that it comes into my life, because the way things are going right now, I'm not emotionally fulfilled. Like work and friendships, they're great on their own. But I feel that for many of you, you're thinking about, that true love. You're thinking about finding somebody to spend your time with, to spend your life with. And I feel that you are at a point, you might be like, 35, 40 in that age group specifically. I do have a lot of viewers in that age group for Sagittarius, and a lot of private clients too. So in this age group, you might be thinking about settling down, having a home, spending your life with another person, and finding that person to spend your life with. So I feel like you're doing some major reassessment here. Reassessment is always great. And figuring out what we need as an individual is always going to be enlightening. So what's coming through for you here? We do have the World, and the World is like moving on, but still being a little bit protective of ourselves, which is a good card. It basically means being responsible, being realistic, being, optimistic, but at the same time, not idealistic. So this is a good card. That basically means that your world is going to start to open up. There will be offers made for you, and there will be new people coming into your life. We have as well the Three of Cups. This is a card about socially dating, putting ourselves out there, meeting new people. So in terms of this month, especially for those of you who are single, you have some great people coming through, possibly a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. With the Three of Cups here, it indicates a social setting. You're just getting to know them. Don't jump the gun. Don't rush. Let it play out in a natural state. Give them like 4 or 5 dates before you decide how you feel about them. A lot of the times we go on dates, right? And then right after the date, our girlfriends or boyfriends, depending on whatever, gender you are and whatever gender you date, they call us and then they say like, oh, give us a scoop. How did it go? And then we start talking and talking and talking. And then in the process of talking, you either could like convince yourself that the other person's great, or you can convince yourself that the other person's not too great. I would advise you, don't jump the gun. Don't talk about it yet. Go on like a few dates and then decide based on all the experiences you have with that person, decide how you feel. That's when you should, just let things, happen naturally. And don't let other people steer you one way or the other, because I feel that you're trying to look for the one. So you might be dating quite a few people, and that's fine. You might also have like recently broken up. So you might be trying to fill in, the time with dating other people. So give yourself some time to mourn and then, start dating somebody new. And then once you start dating somebody new, it's really important for you to like really just be alone with that experience rather than, letting other people's opinion affect how you feel. So give them a few dates before you decide on who to start dating exclusively or who to, move forward with. Okay. But you do have some good prospects here. Water sign, I feel. They're saying they might be a person that is foreign to you, like a different ethnicity, different race, different cultural background, linguistically as well. So it's somebody here that might be very, very different from you. They're very nurturing and very protective. So I feel like, you know, you might have told them on the first or second date about your past dating history, and they're just like, oh, come here. Like, it's somebody who's very nurturing, very warm, and they are understanding of, you know, everything that you've been through. So it's a good, overall good energy for new people coming through. And then those of you, I feel like you're dating new people and you're getting like some type of contact with a person from your past. This is not a good person. Okay. A lot of you might have dealt with a Aquarius, Gemini, Libra here with the Ten of Swords. This is not somebody that that was truthful to you. And then others might have released, for whatever reason, released an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I see an earth sign coming through, and I also see an air sign where the situation is not, it can't be reconciled. It can't be reconciled. Okay. So I apologize, but just you can't bring this into the future with you.